Hey folks, Jonathan here. I wanted to show you another piece that I picked up, and this is one I'm probably going to end up selling it. I doubt I'll keep it, but if I do keep it, it's just going to be for the engine. This is actually a Davey Perma-Vane air compressor, and it was originally a skid mount military compressor. It didn't have the axle under it. Somebody put a mobile home axle under it, but these were pretty neat. They've got a Continental JD 403 diesel engine. It is a red seal, but the only thing I know of that they used the JD series engine in is a Massey 55 tractor and a Case 1000 track loader. And I used to have a 1000 track loader that I actually put one of these engines in. And the Massey 55, I've always watched for one and just never got a chance to get one. There wasn't a lot of them around here. Wasn't a lot of any big tractors around anyway. Most of them was small stuff, Model A or Model A's and Super A's and 140s, stuff like that. But anyway, I had picked this up and actually done some towing for it and just done a trade out. And this thing, it was actually working a few years back, and I don't know if how long it's been since it's been run, but it's been a few years. And this is something that usually don't give any trouble on these diesels. I mean, getting them back running is usually not that bad. This has a Master rotary injector pump, and which they're, Master is a really good pump, and they don't give that much trouble. But what really gets me with this engine, it's a pretty good size engine, just physical size looking at it. And the thing about these, one thing is hard to get parts for. With that being, this is the only 403 or only thing that I've seen them put 403s in. Some of the JD 382 parts, will fit on it, but when it comes to pistons and rings, I think this is a bigger bore. Bearings are hard to find for these. It's just not a real popular engine, and so it may not be great for something that somebody's going to run it a lot, do anything like that. But what really surprised me about it, with it being 403 cubic inches, it's only 72 horsepower. And that's at 1800 RPM. And now this does have a balance shaft where the JD 382 does not, and you can turn these up, quite a bit higher. But they're not a real high compression diesel. But I always wanted to take and put one of these in a Massey 55 and then actually put a turbo on it, because I really think the horsepower that you could get out of this would be, pretty good, if you had some boost to it. But we're gonna later on try to get this thing started. It's 24 volt, of course, and somebody stole every piece of copper off of it. They cut the wires there, they cut the wires off the generator, the ground wires, everything all the way to the batteries. Now the batteries are going too, and they used to be sitting in it. And you can see now, a lot of people don't believe hours and mess, on equipment. But one thing about it, military stuff, you would really be surprised hour-wise how little hours a lot of the stuff has. And that's like the deuce and a half trucks when you buy them. I've seen a lot of them with 10,000 miles on them, and sell good prices. And this shows 17 hours, and it might sound crazy, but I absolutely would not be surprised if that wasn't the original hours on it. And because this stuff, sit around a lot, and they still do that at Fort Bragg. I'm up there quite often, so you see equipment sitting everywhere, and they'll usually test it and keep them running. The last test was done on 1986 on this thing, and this was built in 1969. The engine was built 12th month of 69, and but it wouldn't surprise me if that, the hours on that wasn't right. And they like I said, they just sit around so daggone much. It's pretty clean. I mean, it's not real bad. Let me see. Yeah, oil's good and full, and pretty dark, just like diesel oil. But we're going to probably try to get this running, or maybe just sell it the way it is. So if you know anybody has a Massey Harris 55, even a gas tractor, you know, they could change it over to a Massey 55 diesel real easy. And or if you know somebody's got a Massey 55 that they want to sell, you know, their needs restored. But I really don't, I'm not really looking for a project for a tractor, but you know, it wouldn't be a bad job to throw one in one. But anyway, just wanted to show you, and you know, pretty oddball engine, pretty rare engine. You don't actually see this size Continental very often, and I don't know of anything else that they put them in. So here's one of the toolboxes. Still see the military paint good on it. All the hoses and extra belts there. All your information on where everything's at. Chisels, saw accessories, oil points, tamp or pad tamping. This thing must have ran a, yeah, it must have ran a jackhammer, I'm assuming, or what I would call a jackhammer. I'm sure that's what it was. Yeah, they must have just made it just for that, I would assume. That would make a good rat rod engine, but kind of tall, long stroke. Like I said, you can get a lot more RPMs out of them than than the 1800. Start getting the horsepower up pretty good. And there's the tag for part of the air tank. I guess it is their air tank. That's showing 1967. That's when that was made. So, all right. Appreciate everybody watching. And if we get a chance to get this thing started up, I'll, like I said, it's 24 volts, so I'll have to get 2 batteries and do a little wiring. But you know, we'll see if we can fire it up and see what it sounds like. All right, bye.